Search of Sports. Search of Sports.
Oh shit! All right, we're starting.
I prefer that as an intro. Actually, before I even say anything, like before I say welcome to all sorts of sports, like we should just let KDot and Ryan just go off, and then I say welcome to all sorts of sports. Now,
Sorts of sports. It's sports in your ass. It's sports in your ass.
welcome to all sorts.
Now
of
demonetized.
Sports in your ass.
If Gilly can monetize vodka like he does, I'm not going to say the brand. I was about to, but they're not going to get $1 out of me. If he can monetize that vodka brand like he does on $1 million worth of game, we can get a fucking advertisement.
What's wrong with saying in your ass? Suppositories?
A lot.
I mean, that's
a lot.
Yeah, but doing the symbol,
What?
doing the little symbol.
This is sports. This is the ass. It's sports in.
Oh god.
Okay. All right.
It's a suppository of sports.
Right.
All right.
Sports
So-
knowledge straight to your blood system, your bloodstream, just right there, injected right there
In your
to you.
ass.
In your ass.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, everybody clicked off. So now we can talk about
Yeah. All the viewers are going.
like
So now we can talk about sports.
All right, so we can do the
reason why they
podcast
were
I've wanted to do. This is KDot's porn review. So I'm sure
bruh.
All right.
Ain't no
we're gonna
way
talk about
to-
classic. Do you remember Lily Tide? No, I'm joking.
So I want to
What the fuck
start
is that?
with. We can start with NBA playoffs. Miami is up on Philly 2-1. Embiid just got back last night, and you know he had I think a significant impact on the game. He didn't have like 30 and 10 or anything. He had like 18 and 12, but I think you can tell his impact. I said this to I was talking to a friend the other day. I was like, if Embiid comes back and plays like at least well like the rest of the series, they can win this series because I mean the biggest thing that I felt like that was killing Philly was Bam, right? He was like 9 for 10.
Where
for
was
10.
Bam last
And it
night?
was like,
Where was he?
And I told I was like, when Embiid comes back, that shit is shutting down. Like he's not him. He's not one of those guys. And so I want to get you guys' thoughts on the series. What do you think it's headed? Ryan, let's start with you.
Yeah. First off, from a gambling perspective, the NBA is on some bullshit because you can't say Vegas already knew. I knew something was wrong yesterday morning because I looked at the lines and Philly was favored -1. And I was like, have they not been watching the last 2 games? And I was like, I bet you Embiid's back. And then midday, they were like, oh, yeah, Embiid's questionable. I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Vegas knows Embiid is back. I can see that. Why don't you be honest with us? And then Bam, what do you have, like 10 points and 4 rebounds last night? Chris Paul had more rebounds than Bam did. It's a team that prepared for not having Embiid on the floor, and then Embiid was there, and they just looked lost. And they couldn't shoot the ball. I think the Heat win that 6 now that Embiid's back. I don't think it really affects the series as much, but I you know what? If Embiid's healthy by game 4 and he also played like 40 minutes. Like they said he was on a minutes restriction. He was not.
No, yeah, I was like, is the restriction not the whole game?
He
can't play the whole game.
Extra 8 minutes.
Is that the
restriction?
restriction?
The first half.
Because the report came out and said, but his minutes may be limited, and I was like, no, they're not.
They were. They were. He didn't play 48.
Did he play the full game?
No, he didn't.
No,
see?
because that's how he gets hurt. We saw that in the last series. You don't leave him in at the end of the game. You got to take him out.
Also, Bam had 9 points on 2 of 9 shooting and 3 rebounds.
That's what I.
Pedestrian.
But also, like Tyler Hero didn't have the best game. PJ Tucker didn't have the best game. Like they just didn't have a good game all around. So I don't know if it affects the series a whole hell of a lot because they're a perimeter shooting team and Embiid's going to get his points in the paint. But if they're raining threes, like it's hard to match that. And also, Danny Green had like 6 threes at the half. He's been shooting 1 for 12 the rest of the series. So I think it was performance by the 76ers more than the fact that Joel Embiid was back. Yes, they won. Yes, he was back, but the rest of that team played well. I don't know if it's sustainable.
Did Duncan Robinson play?
No, and Kyle Lowry didn't play either. Did he? No.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if the Heat win game...
Kyle Lowry played 25 minutes. He was 0 for 4.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't there. He was.
Oh, okay.
He played.
Yeah, like I remember looking at one of the other things, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the first time that Duncan Robinson has been in the game," and it was like at the end of a blowout of game 2.
None of these games have been close, really.
Yeah, so I think the adjustment that he got to make is to put Duncan Robinson out there. He's like the best shooter on the team, right?
Tyler Hero, but yeah,
like 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just pure shooter, yeah. But like, if you can't, I was looking at this yesterday. Their shooting stats were fucking horrid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so, I mean, we'll see what
I got him in front of me.
Max Strus was 3 for 11. That probably won't have from 3.
Yeah.
Butler was 1 for 5. Tyler Hero was 2 for 7. That's a guy who shoots 40-50% from 3. And you can't have Bam Adebayo out here. 34 minutes, 3 rebounds, and 9 points. Just can't happen.
So, I mean,
my counter to that would be that neither team did well offensively, if we're being honest, because the first half it was like 41-34, which is fucking insane in this era. But Tobias Harris was 4 for 13. Embiid was 5 of 12, which he'll get a little bit better than that, and Harden was 4 of 11. So it's not like the Philly just like all their stars just came out and poured it on them. It's just they played better than
Harden was 4 for 11, but that's because he was doing what he should be doing this whole time, which is driving and getting fouled. Because he's 4 for 11 with 17 points, which means he was going to the rim and then they were fouling him, which is smart, but still. If someone scores 99 points in an NBA game in this era, they should be losing.
What happens when you score 79?
You should be in AAA. I don't know. Is there a AAA? Is that the G League?
G League. Yeah.
Well, Heat, Jimmy Butler. You heard what Ryan had to say about your goddamn squad. Like,
I mean, I don't think it changes the series at all. I think this one game is like, it's the.
Season 7.
God damn it. We're just giving you hope.
Joel's back with the mask. He turned around to Bam Adebayo and said, I wonder what would break first, your spirits or your body. And he's fucking doing this shit. I'm sorry.
What Jimmy Butler say?
Yeah, but this is what Jimmy's doing, what he's doing. Fuck your mask. Jimmy's trying to hype up his team like he usually does. Jimmy's a mind game guy. Jimmy's a feel and emotionally based dude. And that's what he's trying to do. Right now, with Joel coming back, the spirit right now is behind the 76ers and having Joel back. In those 2 games, Harden, God damn it, man. Like, Harden, there's one of 2 things that you're like, Harden, game 2, he shot 4 shots, I think, in the second half, where you're like, okay, Harden, this is not going to be all right, which is where you're probably seeing, I think, I still have hope that Harden can do something, but the idea as of right now looks as though because this motherfucker has been eating his way out of these teams, at the age that he's at, he might have just hit the cliff, and we'll never see Harden anywhere near what he used to be. But and that's going to be a huge adjustment as far as Harden trying to figure out what his game is going to be now. Because I mean, if you look across the league,
point guard.
But you'd hope so, right? But there's the thing is like his style of play hasn't necessarily. So when you see like a LeBron James which reaches a certain point and the physicality is not the same as what it used to be, and he adjusts the way he plays, Harden's still kind of doing the same shit he's doing, just less of it, because I don't think his cardio is where it needs to be. But that's going to be an issue for Philly going forward. But to me, Embiid, when I look at both of those teams, even with the orbital fracture or whatever the fuck, he's clearly the best player on the court at any given point in time. And in the playoffs, like I still look all the way up until when we get to the conference finals, I'm usually choosing my superstars. I try to choose my superstars, at least if they got a supporting cast. Once again, like I've been saying throughout all of this, you guys have been saying how wrong I am, and you're probably right. I admit you're probably right. I'm choosing Doc Rivers, a broke down James Harden, and masked up Joel Embiid. The stars are not aligning for the 76ers, but a 20-point win is why you see Jimmy Butler saying, fuck your mask. This is going to be an emotionally based fucking series. Is it emotionally based like James has talked about when it comes to the Grizzlies and the Warriors? No, different kind of emotions. But this is how it is that they can hype each other up to really get through these games. None of these games have been close. They've been pretty much blowouts, either any which way it's gone. So I'm actually seeing whether or not they get closer at all.
The Heat are one flagrant 2 away from sweeping the rest of the series. Just smack and beat right in the face.
Just you had just the slow mo, the mask shatters, falls into.
No, like what happened?
Broke my
PJ
face.
Tucker to do it, and he hits his mask like Bane beats Batman, and it cracks.
Just cracks.
Like PJ Tucker is just doing this and just wailing on him.
And that's a service to your team, man. They don't need PJ Tucker out there with this 4 points.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks.
The Heat are a good fucking squad. Eric Spoelstra is arguably the best coach in the NBA. If he's not the best coach, he's top 3. And
I think he's probably the best.
I still want to say Pop. I want to say Pop because he's Pop, but I don't think at this point if I had to
Kerr.
If I owned a franchise, if I was starting that Vegas franchise without Clutch Sports, I'd hire Eric Spoelstra. If I could
hire Spoelstra.
So where do you guys kind of see this going? Just give me your prediction. Like as it is right now, what are we thinking? Still like your original picks, or you're changing your picks? What do you think?
I'm not changing shit. 6.
What was your pick?
7.
Okay.
I think that was the only game that Philly wins.
Oh, interesting.
Actually, I think the Heat are too good defensively. They played a poor defensive game and they shot like 20%. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah, but they belong in AAA compared to according to what you said, right? They scored 79.
Yeah, they were playing minor league ball, right? For one game. Now they're going to play up here.
Brian, you had the Heat in 6, so the Sixers still win one more, and you still be right. I
think
does his prediction change? Is your prediction changing? You're saying that what you're saying?
Another game.
You don't think it's really 6? You think it's 5?
So,
right.
I think depending on who wins game 4, to me, like because then it'll be 3-1, and then it's over. They're going back to Miami. The Sixers don't have it.
If the Sixers were up 3-1, I'd be more scared than the other way around. For me, that's
why I think they'll win. No.
I'm being serious.
That's literally why I think they'll win, because they're playing underdog. Doc is better at playing underdog.
Yeah,
I'm so serious.
But what about Harden?
Embiid is back.
So yeah, but what if Harden takes Embiid to the club with the mask?
He can't win by himself.
Look, Harden just needs to be better. Like the thing is, Harden just needs to be.
He got Maxey.
Maxey's great.
Better.
Maxey's the second best player on that team right now.
Easily.
Harden just can't be better. He can't get right.
Yeah,
he is what he is at this point.
Get right.
Here's the 3-point shooting stats. Danny Green went 7 for 9. Tyrese Maxey went 5 for 6. That's not going to happen next game.
It's going to go back to
watch them
bro.
play. Yeah,
Daryl Morey, and what's the owner's name?
You gotta count for their course correction too, because Danny Green was 1 for 12, so he'll shoot well again in the next game. And he's a role player at this point. So home games are his.
Okay, yeah, but that's fair. But look, how about this? What if he was like 3 for 12 the past like 4 months, and then he shot 1 for 12? And he was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to shoot better. Shot 7 for 9. Next game, guess what? 0 for 7.
I don't think it works that way.
We'll see. We'll see. I think that Miami doesn't win the next game. I think Philly wins. I don't think they can hold Embiid. I think he'll play a little bit better with that thumb because he'll be a little bit more used to it. I think Harden will have a slightly better game. And I think Maxey will still show up because he's good. And I think Tobias Harris won't go 4 for 13 again.
Also heard
Danny Green won't go 7 for 9.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm accounting for all that with everybody else.
I've also always heard that the mask takes at least a game to get right.
It does.
The mask takes at least a game.
Unless you're Kyrie untucked. or Kobe.
Kyrie just doesn't make sense.
Your name has to start with the K, really. That's it.
Co-LMB.
I would argue that Kyrie plays with the mask on every game.
Wow. So no one knows who he truly is.
That's right. Nailed it.
Okay. Right. So next series. Next series, we can talk
those
about.
Are some giggles right there. Y'all have a little giggle fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phoenix is up 2-1 over Dallas.
We giggle, bitch.
We giggle, bitch. We giggle over here, bitch.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Bridgerton and Mr. Brunch just giggling away.
So you're saying we both have women?
Oh! What? Because I dropped mine last night.
Why you gotta rub that in his face right now?
I
did. I am going to be so depressed on the drive. I got a 9-hour drive home tomorrow. I'm going to be so depressed. I'm going to be listening to emo music. There's going to be a lot of Brian Yellow cards.
I'm calling you. We're going to talk.
Bryson Tiller, some Joe Black.
We're talking.
I'm going to drive to a bridge. I'm like, just going to be standing out just on the Mustang, just looking out at the water.
I'm gonna get some ordinary love shit in there. You know, we both at the table with my side of me.
See that? You got 9-hour drive? You gonna talk to Ryan for 3 hours? Me?
No, don't fucking call me. I don't want to talk to you.
I am calling you.
I'm not answering, motherfucker. I don't want to talk.
I'm gonna leave you a voicemail.
You don't know when I'm gonna be driving. I'm not fucking.
Hey, he's gonna leave a long ass voicemail.
3 hours,
like 3-hour voicemail. Like yo,
airplane mode on the entire goddamn drive.
What's going on, sir?
How you doing?
Let's get back on the rails. Let's get back on the rails.
You should see. I'm holding this steering wheel like my life depends on it right
now. Dallas got their first win in the series last night against Phoenix. Luka finally got some help, which hey, that's a good thing to have. The second best player, Jalen Brunson, showed up. He had like 26 or 28 points, something like that. Showed up, played well, and Phoenix could not get it done. But I think this is a series. I think I picked Phoenix in 6, and I don't see why I wouldn't. Nothing that I've seen makes me want to change that. But I want to ask you guys about the way Phoenix is kind of playing Luka offensively. They're putting him through screens, kind of hunting him basically. James, since you're our resident Mavs fan, what do you think?
All right, so I think we said this maybe before the pod or at some point that teams do that now. Like if you have the best player on the other team, you're going to make them work on defense so that on offense, they're not as strong. They tried that the first 2 games and Luka was putting up 40? They did this game, but Luka actually had help this time. So he didn't have to try to shoot 50 shots. So, fuck Chris Paul. He's too good. I hate him.
To be as good as he is at 37, I think
But he picks
that's
his
a
spots.
bit of a surprise to me, only because
he picks his spots.
That's another guy, unlike Harden, who's changed his game over time.
He
picks his spots.
Stature. Yeah, he does pick his spots.
Like what I mean by that is he can go he really is the point guard, right?
Yeah,
where he's controlling the game. Like the puppet master, controlling the game. And then in the fourth quarter, when everybody else is tired, then he starts shooting like shit. And then he just, that shit was depressing. Game 2. And the fourth quarter, it just hurt my soul. I was on Mavs Twitter, bro, and we were all like, damn, this shit hurt. What did you think when you saw the video, when with Chris and Devin Booker press conference interview?
Laughing?
Yeah. Number one, that was stupid. Why the fuck would you do that? The man had fucking 40, and you're like, oh yeah, he put 40 on you. The fuck are you doing? None of y'all could check him 1-on-1 for real. Stop it. And then the tweet under was somebody showed us to Luka. And it reminded me of the same thing that happened in the finals with another European superstar we had when Miami and D-Wade and LeBron were laughing at Dirk for being sick. And then he came back and won that series. So hopefully it's the same thing. To me, that was just stupid.
The biggest thing
they should know better.
That game was that CP3 was hunting Luka. And
Luka was hunting them,
exposing him defensively. Right. I think what we saw this past game was good coaching, taking the heat off of Luka a little bit, giving it to the rest of the team, putting it on their shoulders so that Luka doesn't feel like he has to score 40 for them to win or lose, which they do. And the team, like I said before the series started, if Dallas plays well defensively, because individually they play extremely well. Right? When Luka wasn't on the court, when he was hurt, that team looked solid. When Luka gets on the court, sometimes he tries to put too much on his shoulders and they end up losing.
That's what I was going to say.
Team game, if Dallas plays the same way they played last night for the rest of the series, they have a good chance of winning. If they switch off, they will lose.
He
right?
has to get the help because this series reminds me of when Kobe and the Lakers went up 3-1 on the Suns in 06, and everybody was like, oh, they're finna upset him. I think the Lakers were like the 7th seed. And like Kobe wasn't scoring like greatly, but he was like getting a lot of assists and everything. And it was like, oh shit. But it's really his teammates were playing better, and that's how they beat them. Because when Kobe scored like 55 once in the series, like they lost. It doesn't matter. Like Luka scoring 40 in this series is good for Phoenix. It's not good for the Mavs. Like the way, especially the way they play, the way Dallas plays, the way Luka plays, him scoring 40 just means like, oh shit, my teammates aren't helping me, and I'm really the only threat on the floor. So I think if the series goes that way, like you're saying, Ryan, it's just gonna be Phoenix. It's just gonna be Phoenix. They don't like Dallas doesn't have the pardon my pun, but they don't have the horses. So like I don't know what they'll do.
If they need Luka to have a triple-double-esque stat line every game to win. And the points don't have to be 40.
Yeah.
They need to be 25, right? But 25, 10, and 12, right, means that he's getting the ball to his teammates and his teammates are performing.
With 13 coming in the fourth.
Nah, look, listen. Luka could still have 40 and we can win. It's just how efficient is he? I don't like when Luka takes like all these like random shots at the end of the shot clock because like nobody else can get open. But if he's going down and dishing it and he gets the ball back and he shoots and he scores, like what's the difference?
Well, I mean, that's the same. There needs to be the assist line on that team has to be high because
people have to make shots. Like
Luka's going to be the number one target. But also Luka is he's one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Like he can just drive and get to the basket. It doesn't matter. And that team settles a lot. I think with them doubling Luka, if he can get 10 assists every single game or 9 assists, they have a really good chance of winning that series. If not, if he wants to all-star it, they'll lose every single game. So
yeah, but I mean, like we've always said, the series doesn't start until the home team loses. So no home team has lost yet in the 2 series we talked about.
And I don't think they will.
Suns in 6.
Yeah, I think Dallas wins the next one.
Mavs in 6.
Phoenix wins the next 2.
If the Mavs win game 4, we're going back to Phoenix tied 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Then I think the whole shit with what happened to them in the finals last year starts to creep in, where they lost to Milwaukee after going up 2-0 in the beginning. And if Luka can have a Giannis performance,
I was going to say that they went up against the best player in basketball.
Yeah, I know. Well,
yeah, Luka is great. He's not Giannis.
I'm not saying he is.
But I'm saying, but also the way that Giannis beat you and the way that Giannis beat them in that series was demoralizing. I don't think Luka can have that same sort of demoralizing effect.
I think he can.
He can, but I don't think he will.
Giannis's demoralizing
I don't know if he will either, but I think
my
he can.
Nuts on your face. I'm driving to the basket every which way. There's
I know what you're saying.
nothing
You're saying like
do.
the physicality.
It's the physicality part of it.
It won't be physical like that. It'll
Right.
be
like
I
you
think it'll
can't
be
stop
demoralizing in the way
Like
in the terms of I'm going to hunt all of you. It doesn't
And you
matter.
can't
Like,
stop me.
like he did in the regular season. I'm going to hunt all of you. You've been hunting me. I'll hunt all of you. It doesn't matter. 3, step back, 3, layup. It doesn't matter. I think it can be demoralizing in that way. I see what you're saying. Okay, it won't be physical.
Right. I just thought the physicality when you saw Ayton's face at a certain point in that fucking series where you just knew it ain't gonna happen for you, man.
Yeah, but I mean, this time it should be Chris Paul and Devin Booker's face, where they're like, "Shit, we can't do shit with this dude."
You hope, but I mean, you hope
it'll go from like laughing in the press conference to Kobe Bryant in the press conference.
Like I'm not breaking anything down more than I initially said. Suns in 6, so I'm sticking with it.
All right, that's cool.
Okay. Everybody still, Ryan, what was your pick?
I had the Mavs.
Yeah, you had the Mavs and
7.
Mavs in 7, I believe.
Okay. So me and KDot had Phoenix. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Moving on to another series where hunting is a very important topic and could be very important to a team's championship possibilities with Golden State and Memphis. Before we get into like what we think about the series, where it's going, can we talk about the file? The Dylan Brooks file on Gary Payton that took him out for the next 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah.
You guys think it was dirty?
Yeah. It was.
It was dirty, Ryan.
Yeah.
It was a hard.
I look at it this way.
He was behind him.
Yeah, if we're playing on the blacktop and somebody does that, fight, we're fighting. So it's dirty.
Yeah,
that's what I told that's literally what I told my homie James. We were talking about it. He's a Memphis fan. Whatever. He was like, it's not dirty. I'm like, bro, because I was like, now listen, look at it like this. If me and you was playing like that, because we play basketball together, I was like, and you found me like that, I'm gonna beat your ass. And he was like, it's all right.
And it's like shit. Look at it even better. If you and your man's was playing 2-on-2 and somebody fouled you or your man's like that, one of y'all is gonna be the team. It's like shit. It's gonna be 2-on-1. I don't care. You could be laying there. I'm still fighting the other two. Because that ain't right.
I've seen people get shot at for less.
If you look at
me too. Right over there,
right
on the parking lot.
I know you and PG. I know. I've seen people get shot at for less.
Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I guess anecdote isn't that bad, but
yeah, no shit.
No. If you see a foul, and if that was you would have to get up and fight somebody. It's a flagrant 2.
Nah, some people are just butthurt.
Like, no.
It could be like a simple foul and they try to fight you.
For us,
yeah.
though.
I hate those people. I hate playing with them.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, you went to jail, bruh. Like you played jail.
Not you went to jail.
Yeah, it's like you just came home. Why you bitching about a little touch foul? Come on, bro.
So that's a quick, like 30-second sidebar. At my high school, which DCPS already legendarily shitty, the basketball court for us was inside the courtyard. So you had the cafeteria down in the basement. There was all brick around the building courtyard. It was concrete flats. It's straight up like a jail yard.
Yeah, it's like, did you get the barbed wire on top?
No, not quite. Almost. It was legit. It was like all the fights used to go down there because there were only like 2 points to get out. So if somebody was blocking the exit or entryway, teachers couldn't get. The shit was scary. That fucking courtyard, I saw so much shit go down.
That's nuts. Is that the school without walls?
Nah, that was Wilson.
Okay.
I went to Wilson.
I never understood the school without walls.
Did they have a sniper tower? Like what?
There's schools without walls.
It's called the school without walls. I was like, but you have to have walls.
School without walls is a school down on George Washington University's campus, basically. And what they do is you're a lot more free to like go out and have lunch. Teachers will take you out places to go do things. Walls was my number one choice. When my dad went to go pick up the application, he got into an argument with the principal, made everything extremely awkward, so I didn't go.
Jesus Christ.
So you're a lot like your dad.
Why didn't you go to Walmart? My dad called the principal a bitch.
He went out to, I think it was where he parked or something. He's like, well, fuck you to tell me I can't park. Park in the
Oh my God.
So my dad, I remember he picked me up and he hands me the application. He's like, so I got the application. I don't know if you actually want to apply right now. I was like, I'm out.
You know,
I did get into Duke though. I got to Duke Ellington. I did get into Duke Ellington.
Nice. Dude, I like Duke Ellington.
All right, sorry. Basketball.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a flagrant 2. I don't hear that shit.
You can see I'm so focused today.
Draymond Green was kind of like, if there was like a flagrant like 1.5, it should have been that, like the 1.5. So it's like, if you round up, cool. If you round down, cool.
They should just have a delegation at all street ball play, like the Rucker Park delegation, everybody else, and they just have buzzers. And like, would you fight if that happened? You like click, like, all right, flagrant 2.
Do you think he should have been suspended, Dylan Brooks?
Yes, they have to get. I think the main reason is James is the one that predicted it more than anybody else. This series was going to be an issue. They have to get it under control.
Okay, greater question. All right, so should he have been suspended if Gary Payton doesn't injure his elbow?
Yes.
If he doesn't, let's say same play happens, Gary Payton just gets up, shoots his free throws. Does that change the need for a suspension?
They still need to get that series under control.
Yeah, that's him going forward foul. I mean, going forward suspension.
That part, right? And they also need to calm everybody down because, like, you see your man's hurt, so it's like I'm waiting for Game 5. I don't know if everybody be calm by then, because if there's been an ejection basically every game. So if there's another one, I don't know what's gonna happen Game 5.
Ejections.
I can see an actual fight. Oh, and Iguodala's coming back now. So there's a spark plug. There you go. Like, oh, but Dylan Brooks not going to be there.
Oh, it's time to lock up. It's time to lock up. Iggy coming back. But anyway,
I'm telling you, they hate each other.
They no. I don't think. I know.
I was like, I've never seen, like, they have to have his picture on the wall somewhere, and they just come in like, fuck him.
I think that it's just more so not even a hate necessarily per se, but it's more so like, you don't fuck with us, bet I'm gonna show you. Like, you don't fuck with us, bet. Like, you ain't choose us, I got something for you.
Like, look,
East Coast ain't got no love.
I get that for like maybe like a couple games, but like 2 years, like there got to be hate there.
I mean, it ain't like I get it.
He
I get
talks
that.
about him all the time.
They don't talk about him all the time,
bro.
but they do. They get asked about him, and they like always have this ire for him. Like, it's like, instead of like just but they young though. They young.
Dylan Brooks.
They don't know no better. They ain't got that.
What?
I'm 28. I'm a vet. I'm gonna let it go.
Imagine
how long can you possibly hate it when
Iggy in the air?
you're 24? Like, you haven't been alive.
When you're 24, you're getting successful beyond that spark, right? So like bulletin board material. If this is the way that you're doing it and you're getting success, you haven't figured out another way yet. So this is where they're at right now. They'll figure it out some in the future when it flames out or enough people get suspended where you're like, oh, you can't win this championship like this, is when they'll have to figure out something else. But right now, with all of them being young, it's just fuel. And it's great. And it probably feels amazing, but they're going to get to a point where it's like, yeah, this is not what takes you over the top. It's a battery, and you do need some of that. Every champion has a little bit of that, right? But you got to know when to cut it off.
Yep. The only difference is the only person that I can see that'll actually do something really is Dylan Brooks. And he's the one that's been talking the most about Iguodala. Like, Ja Morant will like talk. He talks, but he backs up his play, but not dirty. Dylan Brooks is going to do something.
Yeah, but you think he's going to do something again?
Doing something.
No, Dylan Brooks is not going to commit.
He's not doing anything
the rest
again
of the series, because they will suspend him for 5 games, and then he's no asset to his team at all.
And that then he has to turn to the guys in the locker room.
Dylan Brooks that says that he's going to think about that in the moment.
Do you think the locker room will support him?
Do
you think the locker room would have any?
Coach will sit him.
Yeah, they'll support him.
Okay.
They want all the smoke, even the ones that create themselves.
I don't think that's correct.
Yeah,
I think you need him on the court. I think once they lose by 25 next game, they'll be like, "Oh, really wish you were out here, Dylan."
I don't think they'll win without Dylan. They have
I don't think so either.
34-16 record without Dylan Brooks. I think they'll be fine.
Like, they can lose one of the players and still be good.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. But anyway,
they're good without
how do you feel about how the series is going to end? Are we still sticking with our picks? Are we changing? What are we seeing?
I think I had Golden State in 5 because that was an original pick. I did not feel as confident about it, but I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, Golden State in 5. So did you, King. And
I should have picked. I didn't pick 6.
No, y'all all had him in 5. I had him in 6.
I thought I had him in 6.
Nope.
Gentlemen sweep.
Yeah, I'm in 5.
Well, we've been very kind about it. So if y'all want to change, I think I'm the only person that's not.
No, I definitely think I don't know in my head because I think they're gonna win tonight. I think I've been telling people this whole time. I thought like Golden State will win the first game if it's winning the next 2, and Golden State wins the next 3. But I just messed up my pick. But anyway, Golden State in 6. I think for sure they win and they lose tonight and then win the rest. They just went out. I think Ja's been playing insane though. I think he. Like Tatum has arrived. It's the changing of the guard. It's starting to happen. We're witnessing it live. Like the way he's been dominating. I didn't think, honestly, I thought Ja would be great. I didn't think he'd be in the will he be as great as Luka conversation as quickly, or in that same tier as quickly as he's kind of entered the conversation. I don't think he'll be better than Luka, but I think for the next few years it'll be like Ja versus Luka in the West. Like that's his. Is those 2.
I know you're gonna flame me for this, but Ja Morant is the most athletic person I've ever seen play any sport ever. The thing, like the shots that he gets off, like just contorting his body, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Bo Jackson was very strong and he could run and very fast.
He wasn't that flexible.
Bo Jackson he would have torn a rotator cuff immediately. Trying any of the layups that Ja Morant makes.
Bo Jackson wasn't a contort your body type of guy.
He played baseball. Baseball is straight lines. Football is straight lines. Ja's doing this.
I'm
you
call it what
straight
it is.
line?
I
Okay,
just
whatever.
the only person
I'm not arguing this.
the only person I'm adding to that Western Conference is Anthony fucking Edwards. I'm going to continue beating that fucking.
Well, if they get rid of Cat,
but he's in Minnesota. He'll be just like KD. I mean KG.
in Minnesota,
He won't be in the conversation because they won't win enough. We're in Minnesota now. We're in Minnesota now.
You know, I'm just out here trying my best.
I want to love the Timberwolves. I love their jerseys. I love the number. I love cold. I love everything about like Timberwolves. I love Anthony Edwards.
You love Minnesota?
No, it's Minnesota where they drink a pop.
All right, Conor McGregor.
Basically.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next series, we've got Milwaukee versus Boston, which both games have been blowouts. I forgot to mention that Memphis versus Golden State has easily been the best playoff series so far. It's been close. Like the other ones have been blowouts in every other game. But Milwaukee versus Boston has been blowouts. First game, Milwaukee dominated, blowed them out. Boston dominated. Second game, blowed them out. Giannis had a terrible game. He kind of rebounded in the second half, but he had a terrible game.
He had 2 points in the first half or something, right?
Yeah, he was like 1 for 10. One for 10 in the first half. But yeah, so this is a very much a defensive game, and then hoping like your superstar show up like with defense, and I hope my superstar outplays your superstar this game, and that's what was happening like in game 1 and game 2. So they're tied 1-1. Where do we see this going? I'm changing my pick. I'll say I'll start off.
I'll just start off by saying Milwaukee in 6 because I'm keeping the same energy, but Boston's really good. Boston's really, really good. And Milwaukee, and not at full strength, is not as good as I thought. It's just not. Milwaukee's my champion pick. I'm sticking with it. I don't feel confident. I'm not putting any money down.
I mean, Milwaukee.
What was your original pick?
Fully healthy.
My original pick throughout this entire series is throughout this entire playoffs, the beginning of the playoffs, Milwaukee's winning the championship.
No, it was the Sixers. First,
no, it wasn't. I got the thing right here. Check
the winners
coming out of the East.
The winners coming out of the East. That was the prediction. I just thought the 76ers. I thought fuck you. The 70s
definitely gonna be Golden State.
If they make it through this goddamn series, no fucking
will.
Yeah, they probably will.
They will.
Look, I'm still picking Milwaukee to win it all. Just because I still believe the best player on the planet, and I think there's a gap now between him and second place, is Giannis.
Second place.
Who is second place?
That's
because I told somebody it was Steph. And I was like,
I know it's not KD anymore.
It's not.
I know that for a fact. Second best player in the league. I think that's why I think there's such a gap. Is that I just think of Giannis, and I'm thinking everybody else like in this pool.
Because Joker, Embiid, Steph.
I can't say Joker.
Luka, Ja.
And it's also not Rudy Gobert.
Tatum's
up there.
Neither.
Huh?
It ain't Donovan Mitchell neither.
Oh, well, we know he's not even top 15.
I hope Donovan Mitchell goes to the Wizards.
I might go to the Mavs.
No.
I might go Embiid.
Y'all need a second
best
player.
I might go Embiid number 2.
Yeah, y'all need a second best player.
No. Not
what are you saying no to?
Donovan Mitchell to the Clippers.
Fuck no.
All right, did you hear my second? Did you hear my second pick?
It was Kawhi.
You went with Embiid?
I think I'm going with Embiid. Going with Embiid.
Steph disrespect is gonna stop. It's gonna stop. Give him a week.
Here's the thing: is that James brought this up the last time we did the pod. Is that I was talking about? You remember I had talked at length about how excited I am about Steph's next step in his career and why I think we're gonna have to readjust the way we talk about him historically. We've been seeing a taste of that. He's the most unselfish superstar in the history of basketball.
Yes. The best, one of the best leaders in
I think he like if I'm going on best teammate of all time, I might pick Steph.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's hard for me to say that he. Do I want Embiid or do I want Steph? Do I want Embiid or do I want Steph? I probably want Steph because Embiid can't stay healthy.
Yeah. And Steph.
I'm still going Embiid. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going Embiid number 2.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. All right.
Like,
cool.
You know what? On that 9-hour drive, you could be like, shit, I should have went Steph.
What about Anthony?
Hey, Embiid gonna break another orbital ball? You're like, God, shit, fuck it.
Fuck, man.
But back to the series at hand. How do we see? So KDot already said it. You think Boston's gonna win now? In 6, but I had Boston in 7 originally.
No, I said
Boston in 6.
I had Boston in 6.
Yeah, it's Boston.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
KDot had Milwaukee
I got
in
Milwaukee at
6, and then Ryan had Boston in 7.
I would change that dramatically now and go with Milwaukee in 6 because I don't think. I mean, I said this. I said I was worried about Chris Middleton, but I said Giannis was going to be the issue. I didn't realize how much size would be the issue for Milwaukee. I mean, well, for Boston in that first game, like Brook Lopez and Giannis, it was too much size. And as long as they play well, they'll win again, and then they'll beat whatever shitty team, third-rate team they play in the Eastern Conference Finals. And when Chris Middleton gets back, I mean, Giannis is here. It's his league for the next 3 years.
For today,
is Middleton back?
I think so.
No. Is he?
Is he back?
No, he's out for the whole second round.
I thought he was out of the entire series.
Yeah, he's out for the entire second round. I heard.
And never mind, because I just looked at I was looking at the injury updates, and they didn't have him on.
That's my only concern is Middleton.
If
Middleton was back,
if
Middleton was back, I'm like, I just need Middleton to be back. I need Middleton to be back.
And that Marcus Smart entry is pretty tough for.
You know what? I'm changing my pick.
What?
Milwaukee in 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in 6.
Fuck y'all.
Come on, guys. Come on. We got enough room.
Let
me explain my switch. Let me explain my switch.
If it's their fault if the Celtics win. I've been on this goddamn, they ruined it.
We went on this whole thing where we made the picks right after the Celtics and Nets series. We overestimated the Nets to the point where we saw that Boston won, and we're like, all right, now Chris Middleton's out too, so we're gonna have to go with Boston. After seeing the first couple games, I'm like, nobody can stop Giannis, and that's all they need.
But that's the whole point.
The Celtics won by 23.
The Celtics are hold on. Don't let the Brooklyn series put too much weight into anything.
The Celtics won by 20.
Boston, no. I'm saying when it comes to Boston, Boston's a really, really, really good team. They're a really good fucking team. Like the Brooklyn thing is, KD was the only person that was playing on the court,
and he wasn't really playing.
And he wasn't. Come on, so like what happened with the Brooklyn series is just they didn't field a basketball team at all. And like they just didn't even come to play. So there's no way you can really judge what's what with that. What Boston's running into is the best player in the world, and when you have that, all bets are off. I think that's it. If Giannis tweaks anything, give me Boston. Giannis has to be at 100% doing everything he could possibly do, and that's what's going to get them to get this series through. It's Giannis.
I bet you Giannis is going to shoot 4 threes today, miss all of them, and then the Celtics are going to win by
game
15.
2, Brook Lopez had 2 points. Like, come on, that's not going to happen anymore.
Because he's broke, Lopez. I'm telling you, the Celtics are better constructed than the Bucks. The Bucks have Giannis. The Bucks have Giannis. If Giannis doesn't put up 40 points, they lose. They're going to lose
without Chris Middleton, their second best player.
Yeah, exactly. They will lose.
All right, so you take out Jaylen Brown, then guess what? Tatum needs to have 40.
Marcus Smart is out. Jaylen Brown's in there.
Tatum's capable of it.
And Tatum can do that without a problem.
Who can Giannis?
Tatum is right. And that's what he has to do to be able to win. Right.
So all right. Never
mind. If he doesn't, the Celtics are going to win the next 2 games. And then they're looking into a hole, right? With Chris Middleton coming back.
They're going back to Milwaukee now. They're not winning the next 2 in Milwaukee.
We're in Milwaukee. Like I said,
why do you have the same voice for Minnesota and Milwaukee? Like,
yeah, you got to say it with Giannis' voice.
No. It's the Carlton Town voice. Anytime you say me somewhere,
I can be a freak.
For example,
on the court and a freak in the sheets. You know what I'm saying?
I love Giannis.
All right, Giannis, Embiid, Curry, Jokic. KD?
No.
Is KD top 5? Like, is KD top 5?
Yes.
KD was top 5, but he's like Anthony Davis. He might be top 20 right now.
Here's my thing.
No, I take it back. Bron, KD.
That's nasty. How?
I still think Bron had nothing, and I appreciate Bron's game. I don't think Bron was nothing this last year. I don't think that at all.
Bron was the only one to like.
And I also think as the resident Lakers fan, you guys are either extremely high on that team or extremely low on that team. I can't. There's no in between.
I will not take any more Carmelo Anthony slander.
No, I don't think Bron's been a top 5 player for a while now. I think so. I put Tatum in that spot personally. I think Bron is. I'm
gonna flip it back.
Like his floor, it has changed.
Over Luka,
it's dropped. That floor is dropped. Like his ceiling is still there. But that floor has dropped dramatically.
I just think Bron somewhere else with players that give a shit. Can play.
Again, his floor, it's still the same. Like, I'm going to skate through the first 3 months of the season and I'm going to make it look good because I pass right and I'm smart and I'll get you 25 points, but I'm not really like super impactful.
That's what happens, bro. Like when you play all these games.
And then I'm gonna get hurt, and then I'll play good from February to
KD,
May.
Bron, Luka. I am putting Bron over Luka.
Oh,
it's tough when you're LeBron James and you have to outlet pass, and you're
Luka's still playing
to Russell Westbrook.
I'm putting Tatum over KD because he took his ass out, so I'm putting Tatum over KD.
No,
I don't think. Like I said, I just don't think Brooklyn came to play. Because even we were talking about, we thought that there'd be at least one game where KD would just take over, and I don't even think he cared.
Not allow for that to happen.
Wait, Keem, I have a question. So you take off Luka, you take off LeBron. Which team has a better roster, Lakers or the Mavs?
Lakers.
Okay.
Currently,
Lakers. Did I say I didn't say that?
No. I was asking that question for KDot because he
Lakers.
put LeBron over Luka, and I was like, how?
If you give that Lakers team to Luka, maybe a 3 seed. Maybe a 3 seed. That's just my opinion.
I think what you guys are failing to realize. What you guys are failing to realize is the negative impact of a Russell Westbrook. So there's you can have, but he negates like two players.
Nah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. I will not.
I wish that KDot was the only editor.
No,
you could go back.
You look at
when Russell Westbrook was on the Wizards and all the shit he said.
He was great. He was great with us.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You look at every player, every superstar player that Russell has ever played with, they have their career year or a career year playing with Russell Westbrook. What Bron do this year? Oh, scoring. He's scoring his best since 2009 again. We're not just going to act like that's just Bron. Like,
all I need to know
him a lot too. We're not just going to act like it's just Bron.
When Russell Westbrook after the season says, I don't know what I could do any better than what I did as far as being a teammate and a player on this team, fuck off. I'm sorry, it's over. It's just done. I'm out on it. I love Westbrook. Here's the thing. Westbrook is forever indebted to me because of what I think he did with the Wizards. And he was a very, very important piece of what I think the building process for the Wizards will be. And I think he's going to be somebody that we look at and look at that year and be like, yo, that was a fundamental point in a lot of these young guys' careers in Washington, as far as Russ being able to take the reins and do that. But if Russ is not the guy, he thinks he's the guy, but there's another the guy. It's weird.
Yep. Okay. All right. So moving on, we've got let's get to some quick football stuff. D-Hop suspended for 6 weeks. Hollywood Brown is the Cardinals' new wide receiver 1 for the first 6 weeks of the season. How do we feel about that?
Kyler Murray is going to request a trade again.
No, they just picked up his option.
The Cardinals knew.
Yeah, the Cardinals knew.
That's why I think that's why they traded for Hollywood.
That's exactly why.
That's why they gave up a first-round pick for him.
Yeah.
Because do you think the league knew too?
Yes.
No, like the rest of the NFL owners. Do you think they knew too?
I think so. I think probably something leaked out. Somebody was thinking about something. They might not have known.
So that's why they had to pay a premium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta pay for a premium.
Yeah,
I think
Jack Harlow.
D-Hop. No, that's the.
I love the review, Keem.
It's called Fee Picks. It's a great song.
Jack Harlow, the review. That shit was great.
No, that
fucking album, hilarious.
That album's mid. Anyway,
yeah, I know.
I keep hearing Jack Harlow Drake comparisons. That's all I keep hearing.
No, that Drake bodies him on his own.
I think the best comparison for Drake is like Bad Bunny.
Let's focus on what happened.
Movie I want to see. That's it.
Bullet Train.
What happened with
Bullet Train looks like he'll be the
Hey,
shit.
yo, I didn't know Avatar 2 was coming out this year.
All right, let's stop.
I never saw the first one. Don't plan on seeing the second one.
It's Fern Gully in 3D. Go ahead.
I loved Fern Gully when I was a kid.
It's Fern Gully and Pocahontas.
The first Avatar movie was trash.
The real story about Pocahontas.
They got like 5 sequels planned. But anyway. Let's go beyond that. Let's
podcasts are not about sports. I'm just saying we all want to talk about this other stuff.
Well, how will Hollywood Brown fare as the Cardinals wide receiver 1?
Depends on how they use him. Like if
he
like the reports is like what RG3 said is like he wanted to get out of Roman's offense, which you might know you hated it too.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll fare better. Like I don't expect him to go across the middle. I don't expect him to do too many slants, really. I just see like
he should do more slants, actually. He should do like a quick slant. Like he'd be good for that. In the slot, though. In the slot.
Yeah,
he wants to run posts and then like
it's like you got to make sure he gets all the way out quick. Like outside of the outside linebacker can end his life.
Hollywood will have much better stat lines in Arizona than he did ever have in Baltimore. That being said, he will not hit his peak or even close to his peak until D-Hop comes back.
Also,
yes.
Jesus, is D-Hop still a Hall of Famer?
You killed him
for sure.
Yeah. Like, why'd you think he's not?
I mean, he just got busted for PEDs.
That's a very like broad thing to.
That's a baseball thing,
right? But
we don't know. He got.
Don't give a shit about
what they said it was because it's not like it's not straight up steroids. It's never like just straight up steroids. It's like
5
you take a vitamin and you took the wrong vitamin.
How old is D-Hop? How many years he been in the league? And this is the first time something like this happened. And he's I don't know what happened.
This will have zero impact on whether or not he makes the Hall of Fame.
Right. And I'm like, this is not baseball. We don't give a shit about
his
steroids.
Hall of Fame votes up, all them curmudgeon white dudes be dead.
Yeah. All right. Last football topic. Ryan Tannehill said that he won't mentor Malik Willis. Personally, I'll just give my quick take.
Good.
Fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
You're coming from my job. You're coming from my job and you want me to help you take my job. Go fuck yourself.
All right. Let me go, KDot, because I know you have a lot of shit. So
why is that? I don't have a lot of shit.
You're long-winded.
Emotionally baggage.
Fair enough.
All right. I don't give a shit like what like regular people like us say about it. I want to hear what other people in that profession say about it. Everything I've heard so far from retired QBs, current players, all that other shit is, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to help the next person on to help the team. It's not about you, it's about the team. If everybody says that and then you're going against that, you're wrong.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. Like, it's not a lawyer or whatever the fuck else all of us do. Like, it's different. If what Casey Hayward said, like, yeah, I'm gonna help the next corner. Like, I'm supposed to help him try to take my spot, but he's not because I'm him. I'm that dude. You're supposed to have that mentality.
Ryan Tannehill.
To make it to the NFL, you got to be cocky as fuck. That sounds like some bitch made shit.
He was just in therapy and like in a dark place for 4 months, and then they're like, "Are you gonna help this kid take your job, which you almost just lost, and then had to go to therapy for because you sucked at it for that one game?" He's like, "No, fuck that. I'm not helping him."
And guess what? He's gonna lose his job anyway.
I mean,
then what?
That to me is what it was.
This is what I would like to add. He's completely set up to fail this year. Tannehill. They took his weapons away. They took his weapons away. Hey, no more Julio, no more AJ Brown giving you this rookie wide receiver Treylon Burks. Not even one of the first 5 receivers drafted in the draft. Good luck. We've got this aging running back who is like tall and big. He's a monster, but he's been a little hurt more lately. You got this, right, Ryan? Right?
No, he doesn't, because they run the ball.
Ryan Tannehill is going to be a punching bag until they rebuild the team in a year or two, and then they're going to put Malik right in there.
This is Ryan Tannehill.
Turned into a bridge quarterback.
This is Ryan Tannehill letting all of his fears come to fruition, come out. All of his deepest vulnerabilities and what he knows is about to happen. If he does help Malik Willis, he knows it'll just speed up the process, right? So like, here's the thing that I always say: anytime that any of these quarterbacks get asked this question, as far as like, what are you going to do with the rookie quarterback? It is completely unnecessary to go out of your way to say that it's not my job or not my responsibility. There's so many other answers you can give, even if it's a bullshit non-PC answer. That's part of your job, is to give bullshit PC answers. Okay, that's part of the job description. And the idea that you're going to be one of those guys that are like holding on for dear life to your position, fine. Some of the best quarterbacks of all time were like that. Ask Joe Montana how often he fucking helped Steve Young. Ask
Rodgers, Brett Favre.
But you know what always ended up happening in a lot of those situations? Those dudes that ended up being behind them kind of played with a chip on their shoulder and ended up being fucking all-star. Steve Young, one of the great, but still one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. Fucking Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time until you get to the playoffs.
Did it to Lamar.
So I'm saying that like there's a certain element of that like it can go either way just depending on how you're built. But if you're the quarterback, it is an unnecessary thing to do to say some shit like that. It's just unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to keep that energy in the locker room, do your thing. Do your thing.
But he's not. That's the crazy part.
I love Kurt Warner.
He's gonna come out and be like, yeah, Malik Willis is gonna say, like, yeah, like Ryan helped me so much, like during this, like, so why would you give that bullshit answer if you're gonna help him anyway?
Kurt Warner, I think Kurt Warner answered it or addressed it probably better than anybody else. And look, Kurt Warner sometimes is a fucking crazy person, but you can never not admit that his heart's not in the right place. And the way that he said it and went about it, it was just fucking awesome. Like, Malik, if he's not helping you, fucking call me. I'll be there. And any other rookie quarterback.
Here's the issue, and here's who we should be blaming. It's Adam Gase, because Ryan Tannehill has fucking PTSD right now. He's looking and he's like, is this Northwest Miami? Like, where the fuck am I? They're setting me up to fail again. I feel bad for the guy. That's all.
Right. Same. Like, I feel bad that they traded away his number one receiver.
Yeah, they're Adam Gasing him.
But guess what? Guess who's still out there?
Adam Gase.
Jarvis Landry.
Which he wasn't.
Future Raven.
Yeah.
Raven, Jarvis Landry.
You think he's gonna go to the Ravens?
That's what
he would fit there.
I'll send you the tweet.
He would fit there, but the only issue is like
I'll tweet that.
Cleveland Ravens. You think he'll do it?
I mean, Baltimore's an underrated city to come live in. It's fucking dope.
No, it is.
It's dope.
You did try to get me to move there.
I tell you, Baltimore, it's affordable as fuck and fun. Occasional carjackings.
Well,
I mean, final thoughts.
Garage, I'm straight.
I'll start with my final thought. This is my review of Doctor Strange 2.
Yay!
You better
I'm not gonna
Ryan.
spoil anything, Ryan. I'm aware. Just I listen. I'm a journalist. I got this. I know how to do fucking reviews without spoiling anything. All right.
But you're
it's a good movie. It is a departure from the typical Marvel formula. However, Sam Raimi's style of directing is not necessarily for me. It seems a bit outdated. I think some MCU fans don't care. They've enjoyed it and everything. To me, it felt like a better version of a early 2000s superhero movie. But it had some good moments, some nice surprises. It is very much, I will say, a horror-esque film. And that I appreciated from it. It wasn't just an action comedy, a buddy cop comedy, or anything like that, like most of the Marvel films.
It was a darker Marvel film.
It was no.
Like darker than normal.
It is Sam Raimi movie through and through.
Yes.
If you understand that and you know what he's done, Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell, fucking all, even some of the moments of Spider-Man where he does the zoom shot to like Willem Dafoe or the Green Goblin, it's a Sam Raimi movie through and through.
Yes. And I'll be honest, I don't know if it should have been a different director or he should have just gotten a better writer. But there's something there that it didn't reach its peak. It kind of middled out, wasn't bad at all, but wasn't like Infinity War or anything like that. And that's my review. But I liked it. I'm gonna watch it again just to look at some more shit. But yeah.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of questions when we do the pod on it.
I'm not surprised, but I can't. Listen, I'll tell you.
So my final thought is, within the past 7 days, the New York Metropolitans have thrown a no-hitter and came back from down 7-1 in the ninth to beat the Phillies 8-7. Now,
I saw your tweets.
We know that Ryan Sports, all of them, only hurt him. All of his teams. They just cause me pain and anxiety. But this Mets team has never done any of these things in the history of the Mets. So maybe do I get a championship?
So early, bro. It's so early.
It's early, but you have to have these wins early, right? These things have to happen a couple times for a special season to even happen, and they're already happening. Usually we lose those games, right? We throw a combined no-hitter going into the ninth and give up a fucking bunt single to lose. Baseball is boring this year because the balls are dead and nobody can hit a home run, and Baltimore fucked their stadium, which used to be the most fun stadium to hit home runs in. And they're like, hey, let's make this the biggest stadium in all of baseball. So that's weird, but my Mets are good. I like that. And watch us lose 10 straight games now that I've said that.
Yeah.
Oh, to go Caps. I got to get to the Caps game.
Okay. KDot, you want to go?
No, you go.
Okay.
What are you looking for? There's only a steering wheel in front of you.
I am gripping it, and can y'all hear the flappy paddles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course we can. That's how I know you're gripping it.
Dude, I am fucked up. All right, hold on, I got one.
Grip the grain.
If this breakup sticks, I'm probably gonna move somewhere. If you guys got any places that are like really, really low cost of living that I can just kind of disappear from the world for a little bit.
Baltimore.
No.
Sorry.
I don't want to go away.
Not low cost of living. So
just give me a low cost of living, preferably somewhere next to water or mountains.
Delaware.
Annapolis.
Chattanooga.
Annapolis is not cheap, you stupid motherfucker. And then Chattanooga. Yeah, I'm gonna put another caveat. Preferably not in the American South. Maybe Montana.
You actually love it there.
No, Montana.
I don't want to be hot. I don't want to be too hot.
Montana, you have to drive like 3 hours to get gas. You don't want that.
Maybe West Virginia.
You know, I'm really calling you.
Ooh, I think Martinsburg's nice.
I just want to go somewhere for like 6 months to a year.
6 months.
Hey, Annandale, Virginia.
Maybe it turns permanently. I don't know. I will say this: so I go to fucking Europe in September. If I'm single and I go to Europe in September, there's a good chance I ain't coming back.
I was going to say there's a good chance you'll buy a hooker, but okay, yeah,
that's a given.
Hey, so like
that's a given at one of these rest stops on the way home.
Can you go, James? Bro, give us your final thoughts so Ryan can get out of here.
Nah, look, we could fuck my final thoughts. We could just end it so KDot can cut out that whole shit he just said.
I'm not cutting out shit. I got nothing to live for. No, I'm joking. I'm not suicidal. Bro. I'm not that depressed.
All right, because I was like, I could tell you about my friend that just went. So
hey, and if you do end up living in Europe, not only can we still do the pod because we do it this way, we can go visit your ass, and I'm all for that. All for that. Although that time difference is rough.
Y'all wouldn't mind visiting me in the Ukraine, right? Because I might just sign up.
You'd be like that black dude that went over there.
Hey,
which one?
Oh, it was Mo?
No, it's a dude from CNN.
I don't know.
What's his name? Malcolm Nance.
Dude, I hear land in Ukraine is real cheap right now. So like, if you're looking for a bargain,
all right. Let me get my final thought. I'm assuming we're all Liverpool fans. Starting when's the final?
No, actually I might be.
Yeah, because fuck Madrid.
No,
I don't know anything about that.
I don't hear none of that shit.
I just always thought Liverpool would be my team. I don't know. I don't know why.
Right, no, look. Right, hey Ryan, watch this. I'm about to ruin his dreams. All right,
okay.
Look. You know who is a part owner of Liverpool?
No,
LeBron James.
Oh shit, let's go.
Oh shit. All right.
Why do you think that was gonna hurt?
And Steph Curry.
I don't fuck with LeBron as a player. As a player. Like he's great. Everything as a player.
I am all for Richmond FC. Jamie Turk. Jamie.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking rocking with Liverpool then. They had Sterling at one point.
All right, can we go? I want to go smug a cigarette.
They got Trent Alexander-Arnold. You've probably seen him before too.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
TAA.
Look him up.
Yeah, he's one of the best right backs in the world.
All right, see ya.
Peace.